In today's video, we'll be looking at woke spiritual TikToks that will help raise your vibrations.
It's one thing to be willing to live for something. It's another to be willing to die for something. But the hardest thing is when you create a revolution where you're changing the lifestyle and the day-to-day habits and how you go about doing things. And this lifestyle of being confident, this lifestyle of embracing death, this lifestyle of embracing life, this fearlessness, this consciousness that people have to go through on a daily basis, that it requires them to look in the mirror and have a revolution every single day, because they have to fight the world to be themselves, because the world is trying to sell them a version of themselves that fits for their capitalism. But instead, a man has to look in the mirror and say, no, I impose my own spirit. Every single day you have to have your own social contract with yourself, that I will go out in the world, but I will not let it change me. And when I come back to the world, I will take all the lessons and experiences, I will put them in front of me, and I will decide which ones are valuable. And the rest of them I will drop. And every single day I will go in the world, pick it up, and I will sort through what was good and what was bad. Wow. And while the world think it's changing me, all it's doing is adding value, because I learned the ability to decipher what is good and bad for myself.
19 keys, and this is high-level conversation.
Yo, 19 keys? Man, listen, if y'all don't know anything about high-level conversations, make sure y'all tap in for sure.
Bro, you said cognitive dissonance. I want y'all to go, if you watching this, go look that up. I did a song about cognitive dissonance, and I didn't use that vocabulary. I just called it people don't want that real. You know what I mean? I said people don't want that real, they just say that they do.
That's
now,
right.
People don't want that real, and I'm one of them too.
Yeah.
I'm so easily entertained by ratchet activity, violent negative imagery always seem to interest me. I tell myself, no more music glorifying evil, selling drugs, womanizing, killing our people. Then I hear a song with a tight beat and can't deny it. The hook is catchy, so I subconsciously memorize it. Next thing you know, I'm reciting all the lyrics, and my day don't feel complete unless I hear it. Inviting darkness in my spirit, this can't be light. I'm craving what I'm supposed to be fighting, this can't be right. I must be blind to the effects, this can't be sight. Death is in the power of the tongue, and this can't be life. Be careful what you get involved with, cause you can't support a cause, but then hate the effects that it causes.
Yo, he was dropping gems right there.
You a life past 6? Damn, you gotta stop caring about people that do not deserve it. Y'all like to give, love, and nurture. Y'all try to make sure that everything perfect. Y'all all about
Shit
family.
go hard.
Y'all try to put people before you. Gotta make sure they're respecting you though. You helping and giving and they just ignore you. Sixes are very creative, got a lot of gifts. Go within, try to find out what it is. Because it's most likely your purpose. Making a living off talent is worth it. What would this world do without sixes? Without y'all, this whole world will be finished. Y'all really them, y'all really different. It is an honor, it is a privilege to have a 6 in your life. I might make a 6 my goddamn wife. They always try to make everything right. If your day is real dark, they gon' bring that light. Michael Jackson, he was a 6. Albert Einstein, he was a 6. Eddie Murphy, he is a 6. And look at all the great shit that they did. Before y'all say he said 666, that is the compound for melanin, bitch. It's worth more than gold, it's making them rich. So if you want abundance, go get you a 6. If you know a 6, share and tag them. What life path number should I do next? 1, 2.
Hey, I like his songs. He do a lot of these.
Spiritual meaning of seeing snakes.
If you've seen a snake recently, or somehow spirit put it upon your path, you better believe that your spirit team is definitely giving you a heads up. Sometimes spirit will send you an animal that you are probably most likely afraid of to get your attention. Snakes do represent protection, symbolic of the ancestors trying to get your attention in order to protect you. Looking back when I saw that snake on my door, which was a while ago, soon after my life completely changed. I'm getting short for time, so let me know if you want a part 2.
I don't know, y'all. I really don't mess with no snakes.
Woo! This movie on a whole nother level right here. They clone Tyrone. First line that came to my mind was that Jay-Z line. You know why they call it a project? Because it's a project and we're in it only as objects. A lot of people got caught up on just the clone aspect of it, but there's so many deeper levels of how they use mind control to control us. They went into the music, how the music has a certain tone that can hypnotize people and change their behavior. They went into the foods that we eat, how they studied the foods that we like, and put certain chemicals and things in it. They went into the trap, and they went into how they wanted us all to act the same in order for their agenda to continue to work. And every element of it is what's happening in real life. They hit the church, how religion plays a role. So in this movie, when you look at the mind control tactics that they try to use on us, even in real life, because these elements of these movies, they call every single part of it, even down to the perms that they were giving the ladies. So when you look at this movie, look at it from a state of, these people were asleep at one point, but they woke up to the truth. And that's a lot of times what a lot of us are going through as the awakened ones. But I'm not going to spoil the movie anymore. I just want you to look at it from a mind control state and also from an awakening state, coming out of that slumber that they wanted you to be in. Remember, they call it a project because it's a project, and we're in it only as objects. Check out my book if you want to know more about mind control of the black race. Hold up.
Okay. I'm checking out that movie tonight, y'all. I don't care. I'm
Monitoring spirits and flies.
Okay, so part 5 on monitoring spirits and flies. Now for some people, especially if you're new on your spiritual awakening or you just simply didn't know, but it's a completely real thing. Now in my experience, the crazy thing is that a lot of these people that are sending you this energy don't even realize that they're sending it. A lot of times the enemy will use these flies as a vessel to carry out their plans. Simply because you're a light in this world and you're a chosen one. This rabbit hole goes so deep. Let me know if you want more.
Man.
Today I'm gonna give you 3 reasons at the book of consciousness you need to let yourself be musty. I'm musty now. Let's go. Number 1, releasing toxins from the body. You're releasing toxins from the body through the lymphatic system. It's oozing toxic bacteria secretion that's killing cancer cells and bacteria through your armpits. Number 2, you plugging up your pores with metal. Most deodorant have aluminum in it that keep bacteria trapped under the arm for 24 hours. It's designed that way to keep you using deodorant. Let them armpits breathe. Number 3, imbalanced hormones. Aluminum chloride found in deodorants block the secretion of estrogen-induced residue, which if left in the body can cause irregular protein stability and mood. Y'all let them armpits breathe when you ain't around nobody, you feel me? Let that must be alive.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, right? I'm at the gym the other day, right? I'm working up a good sweat too, right? I'm doing arms, so I'm doing a lot of these movements, you know, a lot of overhead with the shoulders. Man, and I must have got a whiff of something, right? I thought it was somebody else. Your boy was musty. I said, woo, time to end this workout. But hey, it is what it is. Like he said, you're just detoxifying your body.
Who is the creator of the simulation?
Some people say it's aliens. There was a professor at Oxford who wrote a paper about this back in 2003 named Nick Bostrom, and he thinks it's future versions of ourselves. So he thinks we're in what we'd call an ancestor simulation. Like if we created a game of ancient Rome, they would be like our ancestors in a way. There are others who say it's God or pure consciousness outside of the matrix. So all the religions, not just any specific religion, but pretty much all of them have been telling us that the physical world is not the real world, that there's another world out there beyond this. And so that's yet another theory of what's outside.
Do you believe this is probable, possible?
I believe it's probable, like more than a 50% chance that we are inside some type of...
Those are pretty high odds.
Well, yeah, and you know, as I studied the different religions, I realized that they were telling us the same thing that modern computer science and that modern physics is starting to tell us about the nature of reality.
What if somebody or something shut this game off instantly? What would happen to us?
Well, this depends a little bit on what I call the NPC version or the RPG version. So NPC means non-player character. And those are the characters inside the video games that are just AI. You know, the bank teller or the bartender or the orcs that you're fighting. And then there's the RPG version or the role-playing game version. Those are the characters that we play. So if you and I were in a game, we would have avatars within the game. And so what happens when you shut down a game if you're playing like World of Warcraft, or if you had a virtual reality headset on? You take off the headset and there's still you outside of the game. But the problem is in something like The Matrix, if you remember, Keanu Reeves and Morpheus and the others, they had those wires that connected into the back of their
Right.
brain. So they forgot that they were inside a video game. They didn't realize it. Now, on the other hand, if we're just non-player characters, if we're just AI within the game, and you shut off the game, then those characters go to sleep until you can restart those again.
Interesting take. Now,
Yo, y'all think we in a video game?
I don't like when people have goals that they don't have habits for. You got a goal to be rich, but you got habits to be poor. That don't make sense. If I see somebody with a goal and I'm looking at their process on a daily basis, then showing me your trajectory. So that's different because you're showing me who you becoming, not just what you want. People's goals sometimes are connected to their weaknesses and not their strengths. You can be inspired by seeing somebody else who has a goal of something that they have done, and that's connected to their strength. They're good at that. And you want what they have, but you're looking at the outcome of their process of self-development. So there's a lot of people that's walking around, they might want to be a rapper like Joey Badass, but that may be your weakness.
Right.
You know, you might be the person that produced the beat. You might be the person that managed your artist.
Record the video.
Record the video.
Some of the thoughts that come into your mind are not yours. Your brain and your mind is like a radio receiver. We can tune into different frequencies and receive different information based on a variety of factors. So sometimes we pick up on other people's thoughts and energy. Just like you can tune your radio into different stations, your mind is the same way. That's why you could be thinking positive and then negativity can creep in out of nowhere. Because a lot of times those aren't actually your thoughts. It could be somebody you're connected to. It could be a subconscious implant based on what you consume. It can even be parasites in your body from the food that you eat. Because a lot of people don't meditate or deal with their own mind, so they're susceptible to thought programming. That's why the news constantly pushes certain narratives to put thoughts into your head. They want you to think fear-based thoughts to manifest that reality. Your mind is the most powerful weapon in the universe. And if you don't learn how to control your mind, somebody else will.
Straight up. Yo, he talking that talk.
If you want some wisdom, get a life path 9. They the highest number, so your petty rules, they don't apply. They are givers, they don't get along with takers. 9s are naturally on top, so they got a lot of haters. Life path number 9s are deeply tapped into their feelings. And they might as well be doctors, cause they really the best healers. They adapt to anything, I almost thought they was chameleons. Cause they understand when a motherfucker up and leave them. But they struggle with acceptance. They use love as a tool, but they can use it as a weapon. Tapped into their dreams, it's time to bring them to reality. Because your heart involved, 9s can manifest a masterpiece. Stop letting motherfuckers use you. Cause the type of love you give the average person is not used to. They turn to a fiend, they want your energy more and more. You shine bright like the sun, that's why the vampires just can't ignore. Bob Marley was a 9, Jimi Hendrix was a 9, Whitney Houston was a 9. And they was ahead of their time. Alicia Keys, she a 9, Addison cause she a dime. All the 9 women be fine, might have to make one of them mine. If you know a 9 and tag them in this video. I made a 9 song so they can blast it through their stereo. What life path number should I do next? I be teaching through my rapping, you know I do it the best.
I don't even know what life path number I am. Y'all, let me know what y'all are.
It honestly blows me away how nobody is talking about this. We have all been lied to our whole entire lives. Watch this video and pay attention closely to what he has to say.
Everything that they ever tell us is bullshit. And one of them is that food pyramid, that dairy is good for the bones and calcium. Literally, milk actually strips the bone of calcium. Look at the sun because it will make us go blind. Sun gazing actually stimulates your pineal gland to open up your third eye. So you can move on different dimensions of densities. Everything they ever have told us is a lie. They tell us that our heart is a pump. Your heart is not a pump. Your heart is a valve. Your lungs is a pump that pumps the blood to the heart. The heart is a valve mechanism that controls the cardio output of blood. Everything they tell us about everything is a lie. They tell you your hair is just hair. No, our hair is non-ether hair. It is actually an extension of your nervous system. It is used to scan the environment, and it brings all of these different melanin neurotransmitters back to your skin to tell you whether to actually engage in the environment or take fight or flight and run away. That's why you get gut feelings. That's why when you see paranormal activities, the hair on your skin stand up. So everything that they ever told us about ourselves is a lie. But it's cool because they don't know who we are.
It's actually so crazy how they have lied to us our whole entire lives. And I got way more to say about this, so make sure to like this video and follow me for part 2. And subscribe on YouTube, link in bio. Let's get it!
I mean, they gotta lie to get their way. We all know that. They've been lying about everything.
If you know the symbols, Moloch, or Saturn worship, seems to be everywhere. From corporate logos to prominent religious centers, we can see the rulers broadcasting their true allegiance under the cover of day. They tell the masses that these symbols mean something different, but among themselves, it is Saturn worship. The planet Saturn actually has a hexagonal storm on one of its poles just perpetually churning. The hexagon is a 2D representation of a flattened cube. Strange that the ancients somehow knew the association between the cube and the actual planet, millions of miles away. The Kaaba in Mecca, where 1 billion Muslims pray toward every day, is a black cube. During the Great Hajj, or pilgrimage, a sea of Muslims circle around the black cube, just like the rings around the planet Saturn. Saturn is often known as the Lord of the Rings, in fact. Another religious group whose name slips my mind wear a black cube over their third eye as they pray. They call this a phylactery. In fact, Jesus is recorded having called out these cube wearers. Quote, "They bind heavy burdens hard to bear, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move with their finger. They do all their deeds to be seen by men, for they make their phylacteries broad, and their fringes long. They love the place of honor at feasts, and the best seats in the worship halls, and salutations in the marketplaces, and being called teacher by men." Matthew 23:4. Look, I'm not saying that every single powerful person is in some kind of Saturn-worshipping cult in the hopes of gaining a privileged spot in their next life on this loosh farm, but it seems like a lot of them are. It's clear from the evidence that this loosh farm and its accompanying soul trap at the end of a life are maintained by more than just dark forces in heavenly places. These archons have their well-placed minions in flesh and blood bodies. For every hyperdimensional Dracula, I guess you need an earthbound Renfield. This reality seems to be a corporate-owned prison run by hyperdimensional beings, getting fat stacks off of our slavery. But our slavery isn't that of labor. We are enslaved for our energy itself. We really are plugged into this system like a battery. Some of us humans have figured it out, and those who do have two paths in front of them. They can serve their masters on this prison plane, or they can walk the path of escape. They can follow Christ out of this demiurgic simulacrum and rejoin our true family in the pleroma, or they can sell out human souls for millennia in exchange for gold and power. And it seems there are a lot of traitors in powerful places. So far in this series, we've covered the soul trap and the loosh farm. We've looked at strange symbolism in movies and evidence that the ruling elite are in on this deception. But how deep is this deception? Are there even more layers to it than we could have imagined? Is every single person on Earth a captured soul being milked for its loosh? What if there are filler characters here, kind of like NPCs in a video game? We'll explore that one in the next video, along with some potential solutions.
Man, that's crazy.
Damn, bruh. Last night, I was listening to my song, This It Right Here, Red Sun Rising at 432 hertz. And the beautiful thing, y'all, about me putting this in this frequency, that shit allowed my heart to open up. Like OD, bro. Like, I was releasing. And my message for any other guys out there, fellas, men, you get what I'm saying? And for my goddesses too, the women, don't feel ashamed to release. Like, don't feel ashamed to shed some tears. That shit is very much needed. I know for a lot of us men, they tell you boys don't cry, men don't cry. Man, fuck that. I need you to release. Bro, who's to say it's nothing lingering on you from the people that you interacted with, old friends that's no good, toxic family members, simply, or anything that just don't want to see you win? You gotta release that shit. I know a lot of us be on the go, we just be moving, but listen, I promise you, this shit will change your life. It don't gotta be my song. It could be any song. All I need you to do is release. It was beautiful, and shit, bro, I feel better. I need you releasing, all right? Out with the old and with the new. When you inhaling, I need you trying to take all the purities of life. And when you exhaling, I need you to release every single bit, every single corner of old ass energy. I need you to get it out there. You don't need no weight on your shoulder.
Get it out.
Bro. You don't need no blanket.
Get it out.
Light as a feather, right? Love y'all. Peace.
Spiritual meaning of seeing moths.
If you're seeing moths, there's a pretty good chance that you're going through a massive transformation. There's a high chance that you're also going through what we call the dark night of the soul, completing shadow work and working with spirit. They also represent death. That could be the death of a relationship, a death of the old you, basically a rebirth. Ask yourself, what's holding you back from becoming your true, authentic self? They also represent passed on loved ones and messages from the spiritual realm.
Anybody seeing moths out there? Anybody seeing a number 444? These are some of the most woke and spiritual TikToks that I hope raise your vibrations. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.